Okay, so Kelim Para Gimel Mishnah Zion.
I did it last time. I did it like that for the night.
I think that no Mishnah Zion. Para Gimel Mishnah Zion.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Necham Shetafle B'Chaymer B'Charsis. If you have a kettle. No, we did this already too. No, we did this too. We on Mishnah Ches, not the Mishnah Ches. I think Paris only posted Bob.
I think you only did one Mishnah last night.
Yesterday we did two.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so thank you. Perek Gimel Mishnah Ches. So Chavis, again, we're talking about the whole sugya of breaking up a kli and then the kli losing its tahar, its tameh status, right? So if it gets broken, it loses its tameh status and becomes tar. So Chavis shenikva, if you have a barrel that got a hole in it, and he made it with pitch more than what was required. Right? Meaning, normally you just patch the hole and that's it. Here he stretched it out and he put a lot more than just what was over the hole. So negeya bitzarko tame. If anything that touched the part that the kli needed, then it's tame, right? Because that's part of the actual barrel that's tummy. Meaning we're talking about a barrel that's tummy, had a hole in it, and then he sealed it up. So if somebody touched a part of the barrel that he sealed up, that the seal that was required, so then it's tummy. But if it's not, but if it's the extra part, then it's not part of the barrel, therefore it's not tummy. That's what it means. Hanegei b'tzarka tummy. Anybody that touched the part that's required for it is tummy. Yasam itzarka tar. But if it touched it on the extra part of the stuff that wasn't there, that wasn't necessary, so it's tar. Zefes shenatva lachavis. If you have pitch that dripped onto a kli cheres, right? Meaning so that's totally extra. Meaning you had extra, let's say paint. Extra paint went on the barrel or something of the sort. So then it's not part of the barrel. So anything that and the barrel's tummy, so anything that touches is tummy because it didn't touch the actual barrel. Mashpech shall eitz v'shal cheres shepekaka b'zefes. If you have a wood, a mashpech is a funnel, right? We had this before. A funnel made out of wood or made out of cheres, or earthenware, shepekaka b'zefes. And you stuck the hole, the bottom, right? You have a funnel, so it's wide at the top, and then it gets smaller, and then you have that hole, you have that opening. So then you stuffed it up. Rabbi Eliezer ben Azariah matame. Rabbi Eliezer ben Azariah says tame. Rabbi Kiva matame b'shel eitz. Rabbi Kiva says tame when b'shel eitz and matar b'shel cheres, but it is tar. It's tar for shel of cheres. Meaning, because Rabbi Kiva holds that this is not a good thing, not a good way to seal a funnel. So therefore, it's not considered its own container, right? But for a wood funnel, then it is. So therefore, then it would be considered a container. So that's why Rabbi Kiva's matama b'shal eitz, because that's considered a regular clay kibble, right? Or matar b'shal cheres, but from cheres, he holds it's not the proper way to do it, so it's not a proper kli, therefore it's going to be tar. Rabbi Yossi matar b'shneim. Rabbi Yossi says that they're both tar, because he says that that's not the proper way to plug up this funnel, since it's not the proper way, so therefore it's not a proper kli. Okay, we finished the perek l'chaim for all those that are making l'chaims. Okay, let's see perek daled mishnah. Yeah, l'chaim. Yeah, Kelim perek daled mishnah aleph, which means we only have 27 more prokim of this to go. Yeah, so hacheres. Let's say you have a kli cheres that it can't stand because of its eisen for its handle, right? Rabban, it's almost exactly the case that you said this morning. Right? You have a pitcher that could really stand by itself, but then it has a handle on it that weighs it down. So Mamela, it keeps falling over. We'll get to the broken part soon, right? But it keeps falling over, so it can't stand in the spot. So now we said already a couple times before that if the kli can't stand by itself, so it can't become tummy. So but meaning this kli cheres could stand by itself. Let's say this can of seltzer, right? This can of seltzer. So you just put it down and it stays by itself. But let's say you put a handle on it. Now it weighs it down and you put it down and it keeps knocking it over, right? So therefore it's not considered a kli. Or it has a sharp point, and the chidud makes it tilt over. So tar, then it's tar. Now we said this before. Like you have those water fountains that have sometimes the paper funnel like.
The paper
Uh,
cups.
The paper cups that are pointy, so those can't stand by themselves. So therefore, they're tar, and mamela, you should not be able to. It's not makabel tuma, so it's not considered a real kli, and therefore you should not use it to wash netilas yadayim with it. Nitla eisen, if you took off let's say you took off the ear part of it, tar, the nishbar achidut, or you break off the sharp part of it, so now the kli could stand by itself. Tar, it's tar. Rabbi Yehuda metame, but Rabbi Yehuda says that it's tamei, right? Because meaning it's the first Mandama says it's still tar, right? Meaning because it's saying that once it was broken and it didn't work, so then it doesn't work. Finished. Rabbi Yehuda says tamei. Chavis shenifkasa. If you have a barrel shenifkasa that got broken, literally means it got less. But what you can do is the side of it, you can put it on its side, and it can hold liquid. Like let's say you have this can of seltzer, right? So then it gets smashed. But if you take half the can and you put it this way, then it could hold liquid. So or like we just said, it's split, and you can use both sides. Rabbi Yehuda says it's still tar, because since they can't go back to what they originally held, so therefore it's considered tar. And the Chachamim say that it is tamei. So again, Rabbi Yehuda, it's Rabban, it's taka l'shitasa. We learned this morning in Chulin. Rabbi Yehuda says that a kli that breaks, in order to use it on Shabbos, has to be able to be used kimai. Oh, we maybe have epis a chiddush, as much as we try staying away from chiddushim, But yeah, it's saying, so again, Rabbi Yehuda's holding that even if you split it in half and each part can be used as a kli, since it can't be used as its original kli, so therefore it doesn't count. And who's the other shita? And the Chachamim say no, it's tamei, because lemaisa, the kli is able to be used. Okay, no musar tonight because a shari tshuva that we learned is in tonight's daf. It's mamish in tonight's daf. So we'll be yotze with that.